This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Blak and following the announcement that the President of the United States has COVID-19, which, by the way, apologies for putting the video down late, but it's been really busy. Well, following that, we've had multiple positive confirmations from people who, it seems like all of these confirmations are coming from people who attended a Rose Garden event to confirm the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett for the Supreme Court seat that was left vacant by the now deceased Ruth Bader Ginsburg. God rest her soul, and really wish she was still here. Anyway, so you have Kellyanne Conway. Before Trump and his wife, you had Hope Hicks and several aides of his come into contact. Now you have a couple of senators on the Senate Judiciary Committee, which is kind of black irony considering that they were in attendance to this confirmation of someone who we all feel is going to lead to the Supreme Court becoming a weapon for conservatives. And they were all on board with her nomination. So kind of like just a crazy black irony in that sense. This morning we just had another senator confirm, another Republican senator confirm that he has it. And then we find out that several of the reporters who attended the event also have tested positive. We also know that Trump was not tested before the debate. Chris Wallace, the moderator, who god fucking awful moderator, he said that when Trump came there, they knew he didn't get tested. They said he didn't have time, so they decided to go on the honor system, hoping that both candidates' campaigns were honest and diligent in their testing. Really, they left it up to Donald Trump and his people to do the right fucking thing and be honest, especially when it comes to COVID. So who knows who else has it? People who attended that event all scrambling, getting tested. God knows what this would mean if both candidates had it, because Joe Biden may, even though he never had physical contact with Trump, he was in the room. All those people in that room were at risk, potentially. So it's just a shit show. It is just a shit show. It is very crazy. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen right now, because things are just all over the fucking place. They really are. They really are. We've been put in a state of upheaval because of this. But in the midst of all this, of course, there's still ridiculous comments and takes being made. In particular, just recently, Tucker Carlson tried to equate that, hey, if you are blaming Trump for causing himself for getting sick, that's just like blaming a sexual assault victim for them getting raped because they wore something provocative. Makes no fucking goddamn sense at fucking all. It's actually a horrible comment to make. To compare Trump getting COVID to a sexual assault victim getting raped because they brought it on themselves by dressing some way. One, you would never say that about somebody, or you should never say somebody should get raped if they dress a certain way. Two, this ain't the same. He, we've had medical guidelines, warnings, protocols that stated that you can contract this deadly disease if you do not do A, B, and C. He refused to do A, B, and C. Not only that, he disputed that A, B, and C would not work and that it was all fake, and he just dismissed it. So yeah, don't fuck off, Tucker Carlson. I swear that guy is just. I don't know how he still exists on TV. Seriously. Then again, I do know how. Sadly. Anyway, so you have that, and then you have the cries of sympathy. A lot of people are just like, yo, you need to be more sympathetic to this. A lot of people are calling out liberal people, saying like, wait, so you want us to be sympathetic about this, but you can't be sympathetic about him? God, you guys are hypocrites. Now, we've had a long list of liberal people wish the president well and all of that. And yeah, you've had a lot of people who think that this was karma, who think that, this is what happens when you don't listen to the medical facilities and they don't feel sorry for them. And, I have to say, the more I think about it, the more I just side with those people who are not being sympathetic or empathetic. Because think about this. They're throwing out this huge call for empathy or sympathy for the President of the United States contracting this disease. A disease that he has completely dismissed, that he has encouraged others to dismiss and to behave in a very irresponsible way that could cause danger not only to themselves but to other people. And this is the thing, when you dismiss the idea of wearing a mask, of social distancing, all of that, you aren't just putting yourself in harm's way. You're putting everybody around you in harm's way. Even if you don't have symptoms of COVID, you can be carrying it and you can transfer it. Me speaking into this mic right now, if this mic was another person and I was this close to them, even if I feel fine like I do now, I'm spreading vapor all over them. And if I have COVID, 9 times out of 10, they're going to get it. And then they may catch it. They may be one of those people who get symptoms and who ends up having irreparable damage done to them if they survive, such as the brain damage and other physical ailments that has been connected to people who've contracted COVID. You want me to be empathetic of people who just recently thrashed Chrissy Teigen after she had a miscarriage, trying to say this is karma for her, oddly enough, because she doesn't like the president or his policies that have caused damage and caused over 200,000 people to die, that have left people like without mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, wives, husbands, that has devastated a nation economically. You want me to have empathy for people who, as President Trump did, told a racist, radical group to stand by. You want me to have empathy for a president who asks you to commit, violence on people trying to vote, to quote unquote watch people and make sure they vote right. You're asking me to have sympathy for a president who, those said reporters, probably contracted it because he wouldn't allow them to fucking wear masks. He didn't want them doing their jobs if they protected themselves. Think about this. He forced reporters to not follow health guidelines because he wanted to keep the image like everything's fine and dandy. And he didn't want them sullying his whole like gimmick. Those reporters have this shit now because they were in that area with them trying to do their job, and they were only allowed to do their job in an unsafe manner, even though they did not want to do so. You know, it, it's fucking ridiculous. You want me to have empathy for people who don't have empathy for George Floyd, for Breonna Taylor, you know, for all the victims over the past like year, or let's just put it over the past 4 years. You know, let's not even go further back, since we're only dealing with Trump and all of the people who support him. That we're being told that we're bad for not feeling empathetic or sympathetic of their plight. These people have not given a fuck about anybody but themselves for the past 4 years. They have constructed a whole like system in which all they do is fuck other people outside of their circle. They've dismissed like logic, reason. They care not about right or wrong. They only care about what profits for them. And if you're a casualty of that, oh well, fuck it. As long as we can keep our machine rolling, right? These are the people that you want other people to be empathetic of, to be sympathetic of. We're supposed to feel bad. We're not Christians. We can't believe in God if we don't, you know, feel horrible about what's going on with these people. These people who could care less about what's going on with anybody, including people who support them that aren't within their immediate circle. They're willing to sacrifice their own supporters for their own advancement. And you want me to feel sorry and feel bad for them? Yeah. I like I know as a very like empathetic person, I don't want to see anybody die. You know, I definitely don't wish death upon anybody. And I hope like as a nation we can get through this thing and be better of it. You know, I hope this doesn't really cause too much damage because it's gonna be wild, especially with all of these people in power getting it. But at the end of the day, I can't say that I rightfully feel bad about them because they knew the stakes. They knew what was going on and they refused to listen. And you know, for all of us out here trying, fighting to do the right thing, for those who have been doing the right thing and end up getting it somehow, you know, I feel bad. But they went all out to flout like the severity of this thing, to thumb their noses at this fucking disease. And now the reality is hitting them. Hopefully, for their sakes, they come through and become better people and realize and understand just how serious this thing is. And this will cause them to do better things for everybody as a whole. I doubt it. Seriously, don't think it's going to happen, but you know, stranger things have happened in life. At the end of the day, though, please don't try to like throw guilt trips upon people who have begged you to do the right thing and to show empathy and sympathy and to do what's necessary for the greater good of everybody. Please don't think that you're shaming us because we don't feel bad for the people who didn't give a fuck enough to care about themselves or us. Sorry. Ain't gonna happen. Anyway, as always, you guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll holler at you later. It's your boy Blak Makers and I'm out. Deuces.